Hello Scorpio, welcome back to Misfits of the Zodiac. My name is Ace. I'm going to be pulling cards for your past, your recent past, your present, and your future. This might not resonate with everyone. This is a general reading, but if it does, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And we're also going to pull some oracle cards at the very end to kind of sum everything up for you. And let's get into it. Okay. I like it. All right, sweet. So, in your recent past, you have the Harvest, the Four of Pentacles, and the Eight of Athemes. A lot of people getting a lot of the Eight of Athemes a lot this month. So, you have a harvest coming in. You've been working really hard towards something. August is actually, for witches, is the beginning of harvest season. So, there's 3 festivals, and it kind of, August 1st is the first harvest festival, and it ends with Samhain, which is basically Halloween, which is our 3rd harvest. So this is talking about a lot of hard work that you've been doing all the way up until this point, a little past halfway through the year, and you're already seeing bounty as a result. Okay, this in this depiction, it's basically showing all of the fruits of this man's labor. So he is already receiving all of the bounty from a lot of pushing, a lot of hard work, a lot of working through potentially challenging energies that I'm seeing from the cards that kind of support this. It just seems like you're already starting to see the fruits of labor that you've been working all the way up until this point towards. So that's always really good to see. You also have the Four of Pentacles. So you've been maybe being a little bit more frugal with what you're spending. You're setting good boundaries with your finances. You're not spending anything on anything that you don't want. You're not having any impulse buys, and you're being very focused on maybe being a little bit more indoors. In this depiction, he is hanging the pentacles for himself, and there's a gentleman outside that's trying to get in, but you're setting clear boundaries. That's basically saying, like, look, you know, I'm only going to spend my time in my house is sacred to me, my home is sacred to me, so I'm spending more time there and maybe not spending so much money or time elsewhere. And that, I think, is supporting you seeing some fruits of that. Potentially creating a savings account. You might have been working with like a financial advisor and trying to get that sense of stability going with your finances. The other thing that's supporting this reading is the Eight of Athemes. So this is basically the Eight of Swords. In this particular depiction, she's blindfolded, she's moving through the woods, and this is basically asking of you to keep moving because you're going in the right direction. Continue to use your instinct because it is guiding you in the right direction. There's also a bunch of apples on the ground in this depiction, which is telling me that you have the wisdom. You are learning things as you go, and to trust your instinct, okay, because it is accurate. And I feel like in this particular reading, these apples are almost like the little trickles of the harvest that you're about to see, and you're really close to it. And this is your past energy, so this might have been happening at the very tail end of July. So this is you kind of like finishing working to weave your way to the harvest, okay? And the little apples are kind of like your guiding fruit that are leading you to the full bounty of fruit, if you will, okay? So you're on the right track. You're finding stable ground. Go with your instinct because it's working. So you're present. You have the Six of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Chalices, and you have the Crone. So the Six of Pentacles is basically both giving and receiving help from others. So if you have a little extra, this is asking you to maybe help out others, because it will come back to you tenfold. If you need a little help, this is also asking for you to not feel a sense of fear or a sense of like unworthiness about asking for help from trusted others. It may just be the one thing that helps you get that enough boost to cross the finish line to get to your harvest. Okay, so try not to have any like guilt about it. Obviously you don't want to be asking people all the time for help, but if you haven't been asking for help and you feel this need of like, I have to do this all on my own, maybe asking for your community or trusted others, your family, your friends, your, you know, a lover, if they can help you get to that finish line by asking, you know, for a little assistance. That is what I'm getting from this card. So your next card is the Knight of Cups. This feels very much like you filling up your cup. It could be a love offer. It could be a job offer. The only thing that I always like try to keep in mind with this card though is sometimes, not all the time, this offer can be a little on the shallow side. Okay, so what I mean by that is it might be quick and fast and a lot, and it feels like the best thing. It feels like a true, you know, offer, either of love or of from a job. Just make sure you're checking in with your instinct. Make sure you're not being fed a tall tale, and also make sure that you're taking time to gauge whether or not you're getting any red flags from someone. This person could end up being kind of flighty, so they come on hot and heavy and then they back off just as fast as they came in. Okay, or with a job offer, it could be, hey, we really want you, we're willing to pay you this much, and then they get you into the interview and then they're like, you know, we've since thought about this, and we're thinking that because of your lack of experience, we're going to pay you a little less. And they might be trying to like undercut you. Okay, so stay in your power. You got this. You are worth it. Like, don't settle for less is the vibe that I'm getting from this card. And I feel like it's supported by your next card, which is the Crone. Okay, so in the normal tarot, this is the Strength card. So this is asking you to again, stand in your power, know your worth, and ask for what you are worth. If it's not for you, move on. Okay, don't get stuck in this like 8 of Athames up in your head, rethinking like, am I worth it? Is this worth it? Is this person telling the truth? Is this person, like, check in with yourself, but don't ruminate on it. Okay, don't get too in your head about it. Ooh, got hair in my mouth. So this is telling me that you have a lot of power, you have a lot of strength within you, and you deserve the very best. So don't settle for anything less. And that's what I was saying, if you get like a shallow offer from a lover, a friend, you know, a work offer, don't sell yourself short. This is telling me that you have a lot of wisdom, you have a lot of knowledge, you have a lot of experience. So don't let people talk you out of receiving what you should be receiving, if that makes sense. Okay, and that is in your present. So in your near future, it's looking really good. Again, it seems like you're following your intuition. You have the High Priestess, so she is all about intuition. This is telling me that your intuition is spot on. So if you're checking in with yourself with the 8 of Athames, if you just continue to follow the course and try not to like get too wound up and start to spiral and start thinking of all the things that could go wrong, then and you're checking in more with your intuition is spot on. And you're a water sign, so that's a good sign. That tells me that you're in alignment with yourself as well. You're in alignment with your emotional needs. You're in alignment with your intuitive perceptions about things. So it seems that by the end of the month, you're going to be in a very intuitive space. And what's cool about that is you ended up with the 10 of Cups. So again, a lot of water energy, which is great to see for you as a water sign. The 10 of Cups is everything you could want. These two people are having a great picnic and they're underneath a beautiful tree, and there's like this cute little otter in this water here. Okay, he's playing around, he's having fun. So maybe take some time to like enjoy yourself in the near future. Take a time out. I feel like when you're able to recharge and fill your cup up, your intuition works that much better because there's nothing blocking it. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So it seems like you have a lot of great things coming your way. Just continue to use your intuition, keep moving in the direction that you're moving, and keep trusting your instinct, and don't let other people tell you that you're worth any less, okay? You deserve everything, Scorpio. And then your last card is the Seven of Wands. I love this depiction because she's putting up these wands on the wall. In this particular depiction, it's saying that she's doing something a little bit unconventionally. She's doing something different from everyone else, but it's working. Okay? So, again, if someone starts to try to come in to give you an offer that's of lesser value, in whatever capacity that is, know that the way that you do things works for you. And even if they can't see it, that doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It just doesn't work for them. And that's kind of what this card is saying. It's like, it's not supposed to work for them because it's not them doing the work. It's you doing the work. So if it's you doing the work, why not do the thing that makes sense for you and not everyone else? So that's what this card is asking you to do. Again, using your intuition to get your 10 of Cups, to get your happiness, to have all your needs met. It seems very much like this is telling me that you know what you want, you know how to get it, you've been working towards it, and it's working. So pay attention to that. Anything that is working, double down on it. Double down on it this month. You could end up seeing great rewards as a result of that. Okay? Obviously, use your intuition. Use your better judgment. That's a great reading, though. I love the energy that's coming through for you. I'm going to wrap this up with an animal card from my oracle deck, and then one oracle card from my Wild Things oracle deck. Okay. Oh, you got the butterfly. I love butterfly energy. It's very transformative energy. It's beautiful. So you have the butterfly. Butterflies they go into that cocoon phase and they come out. They go in as a worm or as a, caterpillar, and they come out as this beautiful butterfly. So you might be experiencing a transformation, and that's why it's asking for you to kind of stand your ground and be in that crone energy, because you know what you're doing, and don't let someone like rock that, because you are on your way to blossoming. Okay? Undergoing great change and transformation. The energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships, or if you love your job, perhaps your career. Since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you. That's very much the Six of Pentacles energy, receiving help. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon. Committing to one-day routine, a meal, a practice, a prayer, done at the same place and time will do wonders for lifting a butterfly's spirit. When in balance, cheerful, graceful. When out of balance, fragile, frustrated. To bring into balance a daily routine. So I like that this kind of like summed up a lot of the energies that you already have. It also feels very much like in order to have your blossom. It's asking for you to find that stability of doing a task every single day so that you feel like a sense of like groundedness. And that's also going to help with this crone energy, because you're going to feel more in your power and able to tell when someone is offering you a lowball offer and be able to tell it, no, that's not going to work for us, fam. So be in this butterfly energy. You are a beautiful butterfly. You're about to come out of your cocoon. Don't let anyone stop you from that. Okay, be in that crone energy. Fight back with kindness. Okay. All right. So let's pull one final card. My hair is just like, eat me. I don't understand what's going on. It's like attracted to my lip gloss or something. So let's pull one more. Beware the shame creature. I love that this deck kind of like takes themes that are typically in our shadow and then works to transmute them, or helps us transmute the energy, which is so helpful sometimes. All right, so I love this card. It's so cute. Beware the shame creature. Shame grows when it's fed. It'll gobble up your enthusiasm quicker than a frog devours fireflies on a hungry night at the pond. Once upon a time, you could not control how much shame you consumed, but as a sovereign adult, you get to choose how much you feed the shame monster by monitoring your thoughts. You are now responsible for how much it grows. Starve the monster by refusing to feed it your thoughts of unworthiness, okay? Shrink it by sharing your shame stories. Find a trusted person and share, for the sheer act of sharing. Hidden shame grows, but exposed shame shrinks. You don't need to be shameless or completely healed from trauma. You simply need to let out your shame so it doesn't complicate the situation. Write it down in a journal. Collage it, then toss it in a fire. Just get it out of you. Shame has no place in a creature as lovely and deserving as you, Scorpio. That seems like a very sweet way to wrap up a lot of this. It talked about you getting help from a trusted other. It talked about not being in your head, not going into that spiral, okay? Finding your ground. So that you're not feeling this sense of unworthiness, because somebody might be trying to shake that from you to get more out of you than is deserved. So be aware of that this month. I hope this helped. If this resonated, I would love to hear from you in the comments, or maybe get a subscribe and have you come back as a misfit. And I look forward to doing another reading for you soon. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.